All right, Shalom. I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity, okay? I'm going to jump in Matthew 24 and start at 1. It says, "And Yahushua went out and departed from the temple, and his disciples came to him for to show him the buildings of the temple. And Yahushua said unto them, See ye not all these things? Verily I say unto you, there shall not be left there one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down." All right, so Yahushua is explaining to his disciples, just like we do, that all this stuff right here that you see is temporary. All right, everything's going to be thrown down. You know, America, you want to hold on to America, you're in the wrong mindset, because everything in America is going to be thrown down also. Right, because he was in the Roman Empire, and you know this is in Matthew 24, and America is an extension of the Roman Empire. So Yahushua is explaining to his disciples that everything around them was temporary, and everything was going to be thrown down. Right? Yahweh said, they shall build and I will throw down. Right? Talking about these Edomites. All right? So verse 3. "And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately." Salakia. Okay, Salakia. So I'm reading verse 3. It says, "And he sat upon the Mount of Olives. The disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?" So just like us, you know, Yahushua, his disciples, they understood that Yahushua was, you know, going to make a return and set things in order, right? And they're inquiring to Yahushua, like they want to know when the end is. That because why? They're waiting on the end. They're in the same mindset as we are now. We're waiting on the end, right? There's a scripture: "Blessed is he that waiteth upon Yahweh." Let me get that. Isaiah 40:1. Oh, I'm sorry, 31. It says, "But they that wait upon Yahweh shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings as eagles. They shall run and not be weary, and they shall walk and not faint." All right? Going into our spiritual powers also, the ones who wait on Yahweh. Just like the disciples right here. They're waiting on the end, even though he was with them right in that moment. But guess what? They understood the prophecy, because why? Yahushua explained to them. So we're at 4. And Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. All right? And that phrase, take heed, it means consider what we're saying. Consider what I say. All right? "For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many." All right? So you have a lot of this happening now. You got lots of false prophets on TikTok. You got false prophets on the street. You got false prophets among the Hebrew Israelites. Some of these groups are not, you know, they don't obtain the 100% truth like the elect, right? The elect obtains 100% truth. So let's grab that real quick. Romans 11:7. What then hath Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. All right. So there's going to be many coming in the names, because you got men who know the names, but they they're indeed false prophets, and you have a lot of people on the internet, and like I say, also on the streets, claiming they have the knowledge of the truth, and they go off, right? Basic Christianity is a false prophet, right? Teaching you lies, deceiving you. Matthew 24:6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. And the men of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, of course, everybody's hearing about the rumors of wars, right? You even have a war, so-called war happening in the Ukraine. And this is all the beginning of the end, right? The beginning of sorrows, as we get to read here in just a moment. So let me keep reading. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. And those things are all happening right now, as we speak. So you remember, the disciples are asking Yahushua, when is the end coming, basically, right? And he's telling them all the signs that would happen. And we're living in the time right now where the prophecies are speaking, like it tells you in Habakkuk, right? Verse 7, for nations shall rise, or I'm sorry, I'm on 8. All these are the beginning of sorrows. You see that? So when you start seeing these signs, we know that we're at the beginning of the end. All right? Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. All right? So these are things that we're all prepared to, we know this is going to come to pass. We know some of the prophets are going to be put to death for the testimony of this truth, right? Men have already been put to death for the testimony of this truth. Elder Abba Bivens is a prime example, He was put to death for this truth. Let me get... let's see, Psalms 116, 15 through 19. Actually, I'm just going to read 15. It says, precious in the sight of Yahweh is the death of his saints. So it's a precious thing, but it means a rare or valuable thing. That word precious, it means valuable or rare. So if you're in this truth, you're pushing the true doctrine, it's going to be a valuable thing if you're put to death for the testimony of the truth. And that's a valuable thing, that's you die martyrship, you die for the truth, it's precious, valuable, but it's going to be rare also. All right, it's not going to be happening to all the prophets, right? Matthew 24 and 10. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. So that's what's happening, right? That's the whole point of this truth. We go out there to prophesy, and our own people are offended. 2/3 of our people, they become offended when you start to, bring out the truth. When you're prophesying on the streets, they don't get offended in the lies they've been taught by their oppressor, their enemy, but they get offended by the truth that we bring out. We tell them that the true Messiah is Yahushua. They're offended at that because they're dedicated to, a lot of these people are dedicated to Jesus Christ. So when we bring up Yahweh Shai, then they start to say, oh, well, why does it matter what his name is? And things like that, So this is just part of the offense. They're offended because we tell them, we tell them that that who their enemy is, and they get offended at that. They don't even want to claim that the so-called white man is their enemy, So when you're in this truth, when you come into this knowledge, you're going to offend, you're going to be an offender in the eyes of the masses, Verse 11, and many false prophets shall rise and shall deceive many. You have all this happens. This has happened at an all-time high now with the internet. Like I said, I keep bringing up the example of the TikTok. There's nothing but false prophets on the internet, on YouTube, on TikTok. The false prophesying is in an abundance right now. You got people teaching things that are not according to the scripture, or if they teach things, they don't understand what they're teaching. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. All right, you have that's like the kind of the vibration, the tension in the air. You have a lot of families. They're at odds. You have people they're at odds with their family members, their moms, their dads, their kids. And why is that? Because it's prophecy. The love of many is waxing cold. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Hey, the Lord's going to put us through chastisement. He's going to scourge us, But we're going to have to endure that. We have to endure all that. You can't give up. You can't, especially if you're in this truth, the thing you need to do is just keep pushing, right? Verse 14, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached into all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. All right. So the true gospel is being preached now. Starting out with GMS, we have the 100% truth, and it's going out all via the internet, all via on it's going out throughout the whole the circuits of the internet. That's why the end is coming, because we're in the time of the end. We've mentioned in the past, Christianity, if that was the truth, and that was the true gospel, and they had the true doctrine with pagan Christianity, the end would have already came. But this pagan Christianity has been on the planet Earth for probably around 700 years. And the end didn't come. But now you have men who are teaching, like Jeremiah 3:15, I shall set up pastors, that will teach you with understanding and knowledge. So now that's why you see you see America falling, and the end of this place is coming. We're getting close. When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of Daniel the prophet stand in the holy place,